Store Lighthouse sits off the northwest coast of Scotland. I spent many a weekend here, renting the building in order to access it, switching off the light, calling out to sea, hoping that a lonely ship will come and keep me company.
Hello, sailors!
Anyway, moving on. The west face of the lighthouse is met with steep grassy slopes onto sheer cliffs, the only interesting foreground pointing in the wrong direction. It's near impossible to get a good foreground element here. Realistically, you're going to pretty much bypass this side of the lighthouse. Heading to the north face, looking south, you get a bit more opportunity. Some of Scotland's most famous hills silhouette in the background. You also get a good view of the whole tower structure itself. With the day being so overcast, I knew I was most likely going to just convert all my images to black and white. The interesting clouds in the sky gave for some good contrast, plenty of shapes and textures to be brought out. The strength for this side really comes across if you've got a drone and you can put it up here capturing some of the cliffs and hills in the background. Care must be taken. You'll hear the sweet whispers from the sirens, promises of tranquility, peace, quiet. Do not listen to them. They will simply fall on your ears and become sour lies. The west face of the lighthouse doesn't offer much else. Its tower almost completely obscured by the building. There is a nice symmetry to it. I do wish I caught a wee photo of all the swifts resting in the top left corner of the building. If you return back down to the car park and take the alternate route leading you up to the other side of the valley, you'll get a lot more options. The stone walls zigzag up the hill and over the grass, leading your eye from the bottom up towards the top of the hill, with the lighthouse standing firm on top. On the majority of days there's absolutely nothing really special about this location. However, one time I did pop up here and captured a cracking aurora shot. Almost looks like it's coming straight out of the lighthouse itself. As you continue along the cliff edge, make sure you're looking back. You're now hitting a stage where there's some foreground elements coming out, jagged rocks pointing in the direction of the lighthouse, crashing waves, creating leading lines. There's a lot of options here. Unfortunately, I was quite late into autumn and all the colour from the greenery and heather had completely disappeared. However, the waves were in form, and if you time it right, you'll get a really nice crash rung. Just like that, but I missed that. Timing, it's everything, eh? Stay strong, brothers. Do not listen to the sirens' call. Their promises are just lies. There is no peace, there is no quiet. There is only the end. Ah, look, we both jumped at the same time. The further along you go, the more layers you'll start getting. As the cliffs come out, they start creating crisscross patterns. There's a lot of leading lines opportunities here, and a lot of layering. Even on misty days, I imagine you could get some nice effects here. If you've ever been to East Point and Skye, it's almost a similar feeling you're getting with the cliffs and the lighthouse in the distance, showing the exact point of the lighthouse, the rugged rocks, the crashing waves. It's definitely a photo that tells a story. This is where a telephoto lens really does give an advantage, compressing the layers together. Here I'm just using the cliffs to create a nice sweeping line from the bottom right, leading you up to about 2/3 of the image where I've placed the lighthouse roughly in the centre. The clouds give a very nice pattern and texture to the sky. I packed up and headed off. The two other photographers you can see in the background were waiting very patiently for me to leave. And I think they were quite keen to get the spot that I had set up camp at for a good 20 minutes. All my images can be seen on Instagram at 4pads. There's a link down below as well. If you're not familiar with the project, I'm hoping to photograph every lighthouse in Scotland. This is lighthouse number 5. There's also a Ko-fi link down below if you'd just like to help support the channel, and a like and a subscribe also goes a very long way. Thank you very much, and again I hope you enjoyed the video.